Wait. Don't go nowhere. First off, like and subscribe and share this shit, especially if it makes you think, if it opens up a door in your mind, if you agree with anything, you don't agree with anything. I want to hear about it. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to use this as a chance to start conversations that I feel like may have been missing, or maybe you just haven't come across because you haven't come across the person that you connect with, or you just ain't heard it yet, or maybe you've heard it and you need to hear it again. So like and subscribe and share, and I can't wait to see where we grow and go from here. Love y'all. Oh man, what's up, fam? How y'all doing, man? Hope everybody doing well, man. It's a beautiful fucking day. I know it's gloomy outside, but another day above the dirt, man. It's a beautiful day. Forgive me, because honestly, see myself fucking with shit. I had this idea that I wanted to talk about and kind of just like think out loud about, and I want to, welcome to hear any opinions on it. But honestly, I feel like the reason I'm nervous is because I feel like, I've been doing a whole lot of talking and sharing ideas and things to make you think, or things that I think about that might help make you think. But I haven't really been open and honest about the reason why I've been trying to do it as much as I have, and just even what got me down the place of even searching and seeking this information. And I'm not gonna go all the way down into it today and right now, but I will say what kind of sparked this was I ended up in a situation where I lived a decade of my life intentionally thinking about the outcomes of my actions, and the places that I didn't want to go, and intentionally making decisions and being aware of that possibility and making decisions. He jumps all over the fucking place. And making decisions that align with that. Because I had a responsibility that I didn't want, but I had to take on. And my actions were directly responsible for other people's outcomes. And honestly, I was in a situation where if people performed in a way that was negative, I would pay a cost, and I would pay a hefty cost. So I had to be real intentional about creating or playing a part in creating a culture that aligned with success. And I had a clear vision of what success was on a few places, especially with the way that I carried myself and the way that I wanted to feel about myself and my actions and the outcome of those actions. And then I let it go. I felt like that period of time was harder than anything else I would come across. That's what she said. And, I was arrogant, and I was prideful, and I lacked humility. And I thought that I had done enough to where I could handle that shit. I could handle this shit. And I took my eye off the ball, and I stopped watching the things that I know can destroy, like that could take me away from my goal and take me away from myself. And eventually I ended up in a situation where the consequences of not paying attention to that shit and my actions and the way that I was thinking all fell on me. And if I'm being honest, man, it was a shock to me. Like, it rocked my soul. Like, it crushed the way that I saw myself. It made me look at myself extremely shamefully and think about myself and my actions extremely shamefully and negatively, and I completely internalized and identified myself as a piece of shit. And for like 2 weeks, without even realizing it, man, I slipped into this depressive episode where I thought I was a piece of shit. So I didn't take care of myself. I didn't wash my ass. I didn't motherfucking eat. Like I was like going like 2-3 days without taking showers. Like up as late, the latest I could be, because I didn't really want to sleep and I really couldn't sleep, and I wasn't handling my thoughts well. So I felt like I was just in bed, kind of just like fucking just like nervous all the fucking time. And you really can't sleep like that. So I distracted myself with TV and motherfucking, I would sleep as late as I would wait to go to, I would be up as late as I could, and then I would finally fall asleep just from being exhausted. Then I'd wake up in the morning, I would hold that out for as long as I could. I would stay in the bed, like literally like just like snoozing, like, and just laying there, not even all the time to sleep, and just laying there until the last second that I could just get up out of bed, pull my clothes on, and just go to motherfucking work. And I probably went on for like 2 and barely eating. I was telling my man earlier, like it felt like I wasn't having any thoughts. Like I was just like, my mind was just blank. Like I just didn't want to think, because once I got to that place, you know what I'm saying? Like thinking it got me to this place that like I felt horrible about myself. So like I feel like I just kept, my mind just felt numb. Like I couldn't deal with the process of thinking, because if I dealt with the process of thinking, eventually I have to think about my actions and what to do about it. And for the moment, it felt safer not to do that. It felt better not to do that. And it really wasn't fucking better. It really wasn't fucking safe. It really wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for anybody that was around me. I avoided being around people that I wanted to be around, just because I knew that I was going to be bringing this fucked up ass mentality around me. And on top of that, like I said, man, I felt like I was a piece of shit. And I care about my friends, and I care about the people that I love. So I didn't want to bring this piece of shit person that I thought that I was around people that I love. Like I don't want to bring them down with my shit, you know what I'm saying? So I just was in, and I just withdrew, and I just enclosed, and like I just spiraled. And like I said, it was like 2 weeks, but it was like a fucking hard 2 weeks of just like nothingness and like self-hatred, to be honest with you. Like I can literally say that, like just like shame, you know what I'm saying? Just like beyond guilt, just like me, like you're a piece of shit. How could you do this? What the fuck is wrong with you? I thought you were better than this. You call yourself a man. Like all of this shit just on me. And you know, that's the danger of like, one, not even thinking about what the outcome of your fucking actions are, but then the danger of just the fact of like not even thinking, like, you know, well, the danger of just identifying yourself as your actions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like and the risks and the scary shit that comes when you claim a title, when you say that I am this. And eventually, like I said, it was like 2 weeks, and then I looked at it, I looked at myself, and I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? This is not you. You don't feel like this. You don't carry yourself like this. You don't think about yourself like this. You don't talk about yourself like this. Like, this isn't you at all. And, you know, having that thought in that moment, like I started like crawling out of it, and I started taking in more things that aligned with the way that I wanted to see myself, and the way that I already saw myself, and the more things that reminded me the reasons why, when I was intentionally looking at, you know what I'm saying, my mindset and nurturing that, my mentality and nurturing that, my actions and nurturing that, searching for good examples and figuring out what kind of character those people had, and seeing those things in myself and recognizing the places that I needed to motherfucking be stronger at. Like, it was like a remembrance and a reminder of like, I already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already have these tools in me. I already know. I just stopped actually looking at the guidelines. I stopped actually guiding myself, period. You know what I'm saying? I stopped holding myself to a standard. And I stopped defining what success actually was. I didn't have a picture of it. And to an extent, that was another part of it. I didn't have a fucking picture of it. I had a picture of it in a certain situation that I didn't adjust. You know what I'm saying? And it cost me. And it cost me greatly. And it hurt to have to put that on myself and have to wear that shit. But it also meant that, like, nigga, now that you see it and you can name it and you can recognize, like, where you've gotten and where you've been and where you've gotten and where you've been successfully on both sides of that. Where you've gotten by not having your eyes on the ball and where you've gotten by looking at that shit and being intentional about it was the knowledge that I can fix it and I can work on it and I can grow it and I can change it and I can affect it and I can be successful. Not that it's fucking easy. It's not fucking easy. But anyways, that shit sparked a lot of just like looking into emotions and the way your brain works and the way habits work and anxiety and depression and fucking neurotic loops and all this stuff and all this information and recognizing, you know, the way that those things play out and seeing it out in the world and seeing it in myself and seeing the steps that I could take to motherfucking ensure that before I end up in that place that I'm trying to do things and put things into my life and put things out into the world that will bring me the result that I want. You know what I'm saying? Just by looking at it and learning about it and being intentional about making sure that I'm acting within alignment. What's up, brother? So, you know, like I said, I became a student, or I re-became a student. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think that's the fucking word that I should say or I should use, but like, you know, it was a reminder to myself that like, I didn't forget. I've learned more like technical, like scientific and psychological words, but a lot of the stuff that I learned and I've heard that I'm using and I've been trying to say out loud is things that I've been hearing pieces of since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying and having conversations with people since I was young and when I was in, and that was the thing that grew me and sustained me and challenged me and made me rise to the occasion. So say all that to say, man, I'm absolutely gonna be being I wanted to say that. I wanted to get that out there. I'm gonna speak more on that shit at another point, but you know what I mean? Like, it's put me in this place that like I spend a lot of time when I'm just cooling, thinking about how I'm thinking or the way that I think, or asking myself questions to figure out the way that I think. Because I honestly ended up in a situation where I never considered something as an option, and therefore I never really prepared myself to deal with a situation. And when I ended up in that situation, I had never put any type of thought to it, and I never tried to figure out how to align myself or my character and my values against that decision. And when I was in that situation, I performed poorly, and that was the reason why I ended up motherfucking looking at myself like, you piece of shit, because I didn't prepare myself. You know what I mean? And that's not like a hyper-vigilant, anxious thing. That's just a place of just like, you know, the reality of it is if you make a decision and you decide this is the thing that I want, there are absolutely things that could fuck up you getting the thing that you want. And if you don't take those into consideration, just like if you don't take into consideration the things that it takes to get the thing that you want, then, you know, you could fuck it up. Or when the weight of what it takes, just what it means to get the thing that you want, take into account, like, that's why a lot of people don't keep their habits. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to start a habit, but they haven't really defined even to themselves why they want it. Like, and even if they have a reason that they want it, it's really not that deep of a reason to them. And they obviously haven't changed their motherfucking their identity yet, because the identity determines. If you say I'm a fireman, that means if you're a fireman, that means that you're gonna fight fires, you're gonna climb fucking ladders, you're gonna spray water, you're gonna sleep in the fire. When you decide this is my identity, all this shit comes with it. And, you know, to go to that, people, you know, not changing your identity, meaning that you're not even aware of the things that it takes to do the things you want, when you actually have to do that shit, is a shock to you and it's uncomfortable. And if you're not that committed to it and you don't really know deeply why you're doing it, you'll give it up. You know what I mean? So on the other side of it, again, not recognizing, if I want this and this is the thing that I want to be successful, I need to know what could fuck it up. I need to know what could go wrong so that I can know how to address that shit. And I can, you know, guard against that shit and be aware of it and not let that shit run its course. Like, I can be in control. You know what I'm saying? Not even just control, but I can motherfucking be accountable. I'm aware. Like, I see it. Like, I know what it is. Like, and I can avoid it. So, anyways, like I said, whole lot of learning going on. I'm absolutely going to be doing a whole lot more intentional teaching as far as that shit goes. And honestly, bro, like, don't fucking believe anything I gotta fucking say. You don't have to. I'm not fucking God. I'm not trying to be. I've learned some shit, and I feel like it's a responsibility that when you learn something, it's not the point just to walk around with the shit in your head waiting for somebody to go, hey, man, do you know this? And you go, oh, yeah, I do. I think the point is to get that knowledge, and by the Bible, what the Bible say, bro, the point is to get that knowledge, and especially if I know something that could help somebody that I care about potentially not go down a fucked up road, bro. It is my responsibility. It's not the point to just sit there and watch and go, oh, he's about to fuck up, but I'm going to just let his ass fuck up. Yeah, that's my friend, but I'm going to let him fuck up so in the end I can go, I told you so. That's not the fucking point, bro. And according to the Bible, bro, that's on you. If I know that I could tell you something that could help you not struggle or could help you not motherfucking fail or help you not motherfucking hurt yourself or your family, whatever, it's my responsibility to share that news, that knowledge with you. Now, it's on you to make a choice whether or not you take it into consideration or whether or not you say, man, fuck that nigga. He don't know what he talking about. That nigga did all this fucking time. What the fuck, what is he going to tell me about? That's on you. But if I know and I give you the option, then I've done what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I've shared, you know what I mean? That knowledge isn't wasted. I tried to motherfucking help. I tried to, give you a little guidance on that. After that, it's on you. But if I watch, it's on me. You know what I'm saying? That's just, that's what the Bible say. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what the Bible say. So anyways, going to be a whole lot more intentional about that shit. So anyway, like I said, man, the thing that I was thinking about earlier, I'm reading the Bible, man, and I'm reading Proverbs, and the thing that he talked about that was in there, the little thing that stuck out to me is what it said was that a prudent wife is a gift from God. And I was like, damn, I don't know what that word means. Like, I can't just go past, like, I wrote it down real quick. I was like, I don't know what prudent means. You know what I mean? So, it said that in there. And then one of the other things that it said in there is, basically, like, if you don't look for, I'm gonna fuck it up. But anyways, I went and I looked up Prudence, right? And of course somebody's calling. I went and I looked up Prudence, and what it talked about, basically the definition of prudence is basically thinking about the outcome of your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, thinking about and like looking down the road, like taking that responsibility on yourself to think about, what is the outcome of my actions? Like, what is this going to mean in the future? And, all right, boom, that makes sense. Like, a prudent wife is a gift from God. So that sentence meaning, like, you know what I mean? A wife who you get with, marrying somebody and choosing somebody who will make decisions, based on your goals, y'all plans, y'all values and everything, based on aligning those decisions with that goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, boom, that makes a lot of sense. And then I was thinking about it. The other thing that I was thinking about was, I can't remember what the verse said in there, but it made me think of like humility. And it was like, man, how do those two things go together? Like, how does prudence and humility go together? You know what I mean? And I think that like a part of like understanding that for myself as I like thought about that question was like thinking about what humility is not. And T.D. Jakes said it really good, that humility isn't somebody who puts on this like act of like, oh, I got this money, but I just like, I kind of bum it down because I'm humble. You know what I'm saying? That's faking. Like that's pride. Being, that's pride dressed up. You know what I'm saying? And pride some other shit dressed up. That's not humility. Humility is recognizing, in the way that I've come to understand it, in the way that I feel like it applies to going after your goals and being successful in that. Humility is gratitude. Humility is gratitude. Humility is me going, I have these skills, this set of strength, this capability, and this is a gift from God. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just because of my own understanding. Like, God got me here. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the people who was put in my life to teach me this. I'm thankful for the people in my life that have supported me along this journey. I'm thankful for the people in my life that motherfucking tried to stop me from this journey and made me go even harder. That's a piece of humility. Another piece of humility is recognizing and being honest about the things that I'm not good at, that I don't have. If I have a goal and I wanna be successful at it, it is necessary for me to know I'm not that good at this fucking part, and it's gonna take this to be successful at this. So humility says, man, yeah, I want to make this happen, and I probably can't make this happen without this fucking knowledge. And if I'm being honest with myself, I don't have this knowledge or I don't have this skill, but I am capable, but I don't have it right now. So if I'm not, that's humbleness. If I'm not humble in that, and I set forward and I just go, yeah, I don't fucking know, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe you'll fuck around and get lucky, but can you actually hold on to it? Will you actually be able to sustain it? Will you actually be able to scale it and grow it? And that's how I tied it in, and that's what made sense to me. Was that's kind of like the connection between humility and prudence. You know what I'm saying? Recognizing, these are my strengths, and I'm grateful for those. I'm not prideful in them. I'm not boastful in them. I don't throw them in nobody's face. I'm just thankful for them. You know what I'm saying? And I grow those things up, and I support those things. Another way that I heard about it, to think about it, is that I support my strengths by addressing my weaknesses. You know what I mean? So that's going to help me get to that goal. You know what I mean? I can be strong in a place, but if I don't build up these motherfucking weaknesses, bro, these weaknesses may tear me down. You know what I mean? These weaknesses may stop me from getting where the fuck I want to go. And then, so I I recognize my strengths. I recognize my weaknesses. And, I address those. I strengthen all of them going towards that goal. And that's that prudence. That's that prudence, is me going towards that goal, making my decisions with the end in mind. You know what I'm saying? Making my decisions with the outcome, the desired and the wanted outcome in mind, and trying my best. If I have this real thing that I want, this real thing that I know that I want to be successful, and it means something to me in my heart, I feel like among a bunch of other shit, hustle, grind, integrity, all that type of shit, like, those are a couple tools that, like, are necessary. Being honest with myself again. So humility and prudence. Being honest with myself about what it is that I bring to the table. Good and bad. Or positive and negative. Or strong and weak. However you want to think about it. What do I bring to the table that'll help me get there? What do I bring to the table that will stop me? You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, the things that I bring to the table that'll help me get there, I wouldn't have them if I wasn't blessed. If somebody didn't bless me, if I wasn't blessed by God to be able to understand this, if I wasn't blessed by God to be put in the right place to live and wake up another day and keep going and learning and trying and failing and realizing that I have the strength to do that, like, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even have this piece of understanding. So if I want more, I need to acknowledge that and honor that and be thankful for that. Because the things that I take way too much pride in, or I take for granted, they slip away, bro. It doesn't matter. Like I said in the beginning, my father put a bunch of motherfucking mental tools in my life, and we had conversations about this stuff all the time. And I read a lot of books about mentality. I did fucking Tai Chi. I did yoga. I've done, like, and then I took my eyes off the ball. I had too much pride in it. I took it as, like, on myself. I wasn't humble about it. You know what I mean? I looked at it like I got myself through that situation, so I can get myself through this next situation. And I was dead fucking wrong. I didn't do that myself. You know what I mean? That wasn't all me. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't all my understanding. You know what I mean? So, humility and prudence. Taking steps and making choices that will not destroy. Absolutely. What's up, bro? What's up, Drew? But taking steps and actions that, with the with the outcome in mind, with the goal in mind, that won't risk it. You know what I mean? We won't unnecessarily risk it. I feel like that's a piece of it too. I was talking to the homie yesterday, and what I was telling him, bro, is that each time that you motherfucking try to do anything, you have to accept the fact that you may be successful and you may fail. And that's just the motherfucking scary part about trying. But it's also the point of trying. is knowing that you can try and fail and learn and regroup and try again. And maybe you'll be successful this time, but you'll learn something along the way about the thing that you're trying to accomplish and about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you can't try. You absolutely can try, but I feel like personally, anytime that I have known the risks of what's going to happen if I take this action, and I weighed the options and I accepted it. I accepted both sides. If I try this, I may be successful and there's my win. But if I try this, I may not be successful and there's my loss. And I knew that, and I weighed it out, and I was willing to take the consequence of failure. If I failed, bro, I was at peace. Like, I knew what I was accepting. I knew there was a lesson there. I went into it going, exactly. And I knew about it going into the situation. It wasn't a surprise to me. I already took this on. I'm already ready for both sides of this. I would love to be successful, and I'm going to work towards that success. But I recognize that failure is there, so I won't be surprised by it or shocked by it or like shook by it. Like, it'll just be like it's a part of it. At the times that I made decisions, and I didn't consider, like, bruh, if you make this motherfucking decision, you're not only getting this thing that you want, bruh, you risking this right here. And I got the negative, and I didn't realize that's what was coming. That shook me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't consider it. It wasn't real to me. And then it was a shock to me. And then I had to motherfucking adjust to that. You know what I mean? And I'm thankful that that adjustment didn't take that long, and that I didn't do anything that was harmful or damaging to myself or people that I care about and love. And I didn't make any drastic decisions or do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean crazy, but like do something that I would regret for a long time. But, and then I learned from it, you know what I'm saying? And it's inspired me to continue learning, and it's inspired me to accept what I feel like is a mission and a purpose, to share this motherfucking knowledge on any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to accept it and share it, you know what I mean? And put it out there. And if it helps one person, if I say anything that gives one person a reason to think about something a little bit differently, or change the way that they view things, or consider something, or you go fucking look it up and it makes you start thinking another way, and it affects the way that you start presenting yourself and thinking about yourself and thinking about your actions, bro, then it was fucking worth it. You know what I'm saying? Then it was worth it. And who the fuck knows when that's going to happen? The beauty of the internet is it could be 50 years from now. Hush. But, I'm going to get off of here, man. But real quick, just to motherfucking go back over it, man. I feel like to be successful with something, man, we have to be humble. We have to recognize and acknowledge and be proud of, you know what I'm saying? But just acknowledge what it is that we bring into a situation. What good qualities do we bring into a situation? And be thankful for those qualities, man. Don't take them for granted. Don't act like they're just something that come naturally to you, man. Like they said, man, you don't use it, you lose it. Don't act like you don't gotta put any more care into it. Like, people study motherfucking martial arts for life. Monks will study mindfulness and be seeking that higher level for life, bro. There's always another level deeper, but you have to recognize what you bring to it, build on that, and also recognize what it is that you bring to it that could take away from it, and build those things up. Don't ignore them. Don't excuse them. You know what I'm saying? You can absolutely acknowledge your flaws and accept your flaws without excusing them. That is like this thing that motherfucking people don't be getting, or it seems like people don't get. Like, just because you accept something, or you understand it, or you acknowledge it as real, or motherfucking you go, okay, I get that, that doesn't mean that you have to excuse it. And that's outside other people and inside yourself. But what do you bring to the table? And the feeling that you have about that will determine whether or not you can actually move forward and build on it or not. If you're going to hit that wall. And so humility, and Prudence. I care about the outcome of this. I want this to go correctly. I want this. Hush. I know what my win is. I've established my win. That's enough, big girl. And I'm gonna make my decisions in alignment with that. In the toolbox of setting goals and hitting targets, I feel like those are important things, man. So, appreciate you listening to me run my mouth. Be real curious to hear what you think. You know what I mean? If you have any questions or conversations or points that you want to make or shit that you want to challenge about what I said, by all means, man, holler at me. Drop it in the comment. You know what I'm saying? Send me a message or something. Hope you have a great day, family. Love y'all. Now, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you for listening to me run my mouth. Thank you for listening to me think out loud. I hope that you got something from it. I'm trying to reach one person, man. So if you were that one person and this made you think and it might have set you on a path or taught you something that you need to research a little bit further into to help yourself, your family, your organization, your relationship, or any of that, or just in general, just help you see and understand people and humanity better, I want to hear about it, man. So like, subscribe, and share, and let's talk. Love y'all.